Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Gaming Nice channel. Fallout 4. This is part 47 in the series. So without further ado, I bring to you more uncut gameplay. Let's get it.
Got a doll baby, I love her so. Nothing else like her anywhere you go. A man, she's anything but calm. Regular pint-sized atom bomb. Atom bomb, baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want it to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Atom bomb baby, loaded with power, radioactive as a TV tower, a nuclear fission in her soul, gloves with the electronic control. Atom bomb baby, little atom bomb.
Anything I can do to help out around here?
You should know. That situation.
I got lips, ruby and sweet. I've got hips that can't be beat. I got eyes that are looking for love. I just need a man who's man enough. I got arms you tight. I've got charms to keep you with me at night. I've got all that you could ever want. I just need a man who's man enough. You don't need another casual lover walking out the door.
Cultural database access. New England poet Robert Frost. Freedom lies in being bold.
Weak in the knees if you're a guy who is gentle and tough. You might be the man who's man enough. That's you. I see you over there.
Defeat is not.
I don't need another casual lover.
I hope you enjoyed that last song. So here's something that happened in the Commonwealth that I have overheard from two people who I do not believe were. There was that old asylum, Parsons, right? And it was creepy, and everyone knew to stay away from it. Well, I guess. I mean, this is the part that I heard, and I thought of it. Raiders attacked the place. But okay. The weird part. So now Parsons is it's abandoned. Like, so I guess, I mean, something must have happened, right? And it must have been pretty serious. But maybe we'll never. Anyway, weird, right? News. Yep, that's the news. Back to the, I hope you like this song. It's, Butcher Pete by Roy Brown. Oh, wait, unless it's... No, it's Butcher Pete by Roy Brown.
Everybody did the news get around about a guy named Butcher Pete. Old Pete just flew into this town and he's chopping up all the women's meat. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He just hack, whack, chopping that meat. Butcher Pete's got a long, sharp knife. He stopped. trouble.
Communist on American soil. Lethal force engaged.
Hey. Who's there? Let's do this.
Look at all.
Hey. Oh, here. Bingo. Head over there.
Hey, Rook. The name's Drummer Boy. It's my envious job to keep track of all the dead drops and grab incoming agents and tell them
I
where
don't
they're
suppose
needed.
you want to switch places.
That can be an important job.
Yeah, right. I could be replaced by a stupid chalkboard. We'll be seeing each other. A lot. I hope to God the Institute doesn't find us here.
One more
At least
hour
not
until
soon.
my shift.
Got
Got a
a
lot of synths in play right now. Makes things really dangerous.
Hey,
Word is Diamond City is under opposition control. Glad you're with us.
So you and Glory got assigned the same op. Compartmentalization of intel does have its cost.
Desdemona.
The business in Good Neighbor is concluded, right? The extent of our operation there is quite sensitive. H-222 made it out of the Commonwealth. It's a tradition
Sometimes
to down
the
a
story's
glass
got it
for the
right.
first successful run.
You kicked ass
Well
back
done.
You really walked the Freedom Trail. By
I suppose
yourself.
you're here for my medical services. That's...
I need some supply.
I suppose...
Tinker Tom's cooking up something. I hope it goes better than last time.
Agent identified. Another DIA cache awaits recovery.
When running synths out of the wealth, wastelanders can be a bigger problem than even.
Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Whenever you're ready. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. By the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my... I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. We can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, there's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen things above our... I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Yes, I'm Sean.
Jammed. Don't have the key. Only opens with a key. Can't pick this. Busted.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. I'm known as Father. The Institute is... I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. We can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, there's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen things above, I'd like to talk to you about what we can do, but that for everyone. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Is that really
Who are
you?
you?
Sean, it's me.
Father, what's going on?
I'm your dad.
What's happening?
Sean, are you okay?
What's
You're not
going
hurt,
on?
are you?
Father? Father!
What do you want me to do, Sean? What can I do?
Go away! Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Who is Father?
Father?
Where is he?
Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimulus. Try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Sean. The real Sean.
I
right
know.
now!
I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
I'll make this very simple. Where
He's
is
here,
my son?
in the Institute. Closer, but I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, it's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am your son.
It's really you?
Yes.
After all this time.
It's true. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun, but then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believe is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. Raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you.
Right, wrong,
wasn't right.
Irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on the year 2227. The Institute had made great strides in synth production. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was so they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens.
In a
That's
manner
why
of
they
speaking.
took you.
Yeah. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was plenty of that was available, DNA. Of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was found me after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
"60 years. So much time.
I know. I know
Wasted.
you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up.
What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that
I
who she
forget
was
that
to you?
it's been such a short time. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to
Has
cope
it always
with the
been
loss.
easy?
Of course not. But I've done my best to move on. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation. With old age comes regret. And asking what if, but more often. What matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say? To ease your mind.
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
It doesn't matter what they think. What matters is what you do.
I'm glad we see it the same way. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Give me time. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
He was an Institute asset long before I arrived. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, I know there's to have some amount of revenge. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. After all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Maybe. I don't know.
I know.
This is so much to take in.
And I am sorry. You have been through so much in such a short time. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
I don't know what to do.
I realize that. It's why I'm trying to help you. I hope that you can see that rationally. The Institute is the only thing left in the world that is worth. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Are you sure you want this?
Yes, I am. It would benefit us both to work together.
I just don't know.
Give it time. Give the Institute a chance. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people. Introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ao in SRB, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
That's it. Jammed. Sean, about this
You
synth...
mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course, but we've made remarkable progress.
He's definitely impressive.
Yes. It's pushed our technology to the limit. We've gained some valuable insights in terms of both hardware
I'll make sure it's
and
brought
software.
back online
in the near future. You'll have an opportunity to interact with him further. I'll admit I'm curious. As a parent looking for a child, looking for the younger version of me, do you think you could, what do you think? Love him? Like you would a real boy?
This is all... It's just too much.
I understand.
I just don't know anymore.
You've been through quite a lot. I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way the boy's presence can help, I hope you'll keep an open mind.
Almost done. Just needed to
Excuse me,
tighten up this
Doctor.
primary drive servo.
You really are
Well,
here.
all right.
I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much. If you don't mind my asking, most people would have just given up. What was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and
Now
keep
that
him
you've
safe.
found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. We keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories. Might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. Now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
On board with
The
what?
Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, then at least similar to the rest of us. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. We've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their production
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface.
All set.
How may I assist
Unit,
you,
you can
ma'am?
return it to, of course.
Hey.
You are authorized to access my stock of supplies.
Sure.
Scanning. Subject identified.
father's plans to expand our operations. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to
I
one
wonder
side.
how the Warwick family is doing.
Welcome. So
Young
good to have
Wally
you
must
here.
be
Dr.
close to 10
Clayton
years old.
Holder,
Remarkable
head of the
that any child
bioscience
can
division. I
survive
can't
for
wait
so
for you to
long
see the
up
work
there,
we're
don't you
doing. It's truly amazing.
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm an outsider. Would there even be a place for me
Even
here?
if science isn't your passion, there are plenty of ways to contribute. Our projects sometimes require an agent who can work on the surface to observe and gather information. From what I've heard, you are both fearless and resourceful. I think you'd be ideal for that kind of role. I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Tell me more about those synth gorillas.
On the whole, I'd say they were a success. Their behavior does generally match what our historical data says it should be. We had a few early setbacks. The creatures can become suddenly aggressive, and they destroyed two of their synth handlers. So now we keep them in an isolated habitat where they can be safely observed.
Episode 77.
That is correct.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even...
Excuse me,
Ah,
Doctor?
it's you. You're here,
Yes,
then.
yes.
I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Well, that was...
Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. You're to be
Father's
given
orders.
full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something
In case
of an
the significance
understatement.
is
lost on you. You'll be the only one here with
If nothing
that kind of
else, it should
access. Demonstrate the amount of trust Father
Now,
has placed
unless
in you.
there's
Something else, I really do need to get back to work.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
No visible reaction to the K-14. Do you know the protocol sources authorized?
Heading over robotics to
You're
knock
here?
some heads together.
Glad you made it.
Dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades
Maybe I should
take some courses with me. Send a message.
Please don't.
Hey, Doc.
There's enough
So,
friction as it is between us
Here you are.
and pretty much all the other
Acting
departments.
Director of the Synth Retention. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown
I'm sure
quantity.
you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you
I'll
trust
be
me?
honest. You're an outsider.
The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions. I assure
Now,
you.
Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the synth retention. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers... But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
But once a Courser has located a... rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
Always be vigilant. We have many enemies.
I know it'll be a difficult adjustment for you, but try to remember that synths
If you
aren't
see any
people.
suspicious synth activity,
Here's that holotape you gave me, full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
What do you hope to find?
Whatever the Institute doesn't want anybody to know. All the good stuff on here is gonna be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe.
Someday, super mutants. Kill everything.
World's always Hey.
Humans all look funny. Walk and talk boring.
Thanks for your help fighting them off. Thanks for your help, pal.
Seems to be growing well. What now?
I'll mark it on your map. Use all the support we can. Get. So see what you can do to help.
Maybe constantly trying to kill us, but the Commonwealth never lacks.
So you got a ride of choice? I'm usually a mentat school myself. Makes me feel
I just need to trade gear with you.
Sure.
So many humans, not many super mutants.
Hope you realize how much you did for us.
How can I help you, Knight?
Shorter was well built for travel. These modifications will be adequate for quite some time.
Plenty of folks want to make life hard for people just trying to survive. I'm not willing to stand for that kind of shit.
Let's trade some things.
Okay. I think you should stay on point. Your instincts seem to be right on target.
sharp. Don't let your guard down.
Need something?
What, my back?
If there's anything I can do to lighten the load,
What's going on?
You keep your mouth shut about this place. Can't trust anyone.
Someday.
What's going on?
You know what?
Hey there.
Since we
For a
talked,
weapon?
I'm feeling swell.
I'd like to trade some items.
Go ahead.
Here in Sanctuary.
Hey. I'm sure I got some.
Prepared for the future.
Just wanted to trade a few things.
Of course.
What can I get you? Can we trade a few things?
Okay.
Traveling with you is proving to be quite uplifting.
So,
Let's trade.
ready to get this show on? On the road?
Can we trade a few things?
Go ahead.
Hey.
Not many doctors around these days. Should let me take a look at you.
Actually, I need some supplies for the road.
All right, but go easy on the chems. If you need fixing up, let's get a look at you.
Not today.
Fine.
So, ready to get this show on the road?
You got what it takes to go far with us. I can tell.
Just when you think you're safe, you're not. That's how they always get you.
Strong.
I want to trade a few things.
Strong. Want to kill something.
A pleasure to see.
I can patch you up if you need it.
Bye.
I'm sure I've got
Need to
something.
get back to Diamond City
Strong.
What is it?
Want someone to eat.
Seems to be growing well. I just want to trade a few things.
Of course.
I'm very successful. Nothing stays hidden forever. At least, not if I have my say.
Piper,
Heading my way?
let's trade.
This is what I've got.
What's up?
Hey.
Want me back on deck, huh? I gotta admit, things have been pretty...
Can we trade a few things?
You doing a withdrawal?
Hey.
Would you like me to go with you?
You can fit.
Well, alright, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's it for this one. So you know the deal. If you like what you see and you want more, subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed to the channel, word, props to that. So if you like the video, hit like, share, watch as long as possible. You know the deal. All positive engagements really do help channel growth, and that's what I'm going for. So it's your boy Slasher, Gaming Nice Channel. Have yourselves a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.